UFG family, what up, though, y'all? What up, though? So, look, welcome to the UFG Podcast, Season 2, Episode 5. I have my lovely bride. It's my co-host, Lily.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing?
What up, though, everybody? So, hope y'all had a good week this week. It's been a pretty cool week for us.
Yep.
Right? So, y'all comment down below. Let us know how your week was, man. How did your week go? Anything special happen this week? Anything cool or whatever? Or if it's just a meh week, comment with the meh face. I don't know. Just interact with your boy. You know what I'm saying? So, welcome to Season 5, Lily. What's up? What up, though?
Episode 5.
Yeah, Season 5, right? Episode 5.
We'll be in Season 5
We'll be in Season 5 soon. We'll probably have a whole studio by the time we get to Season 5. But Anyway, what up, though? How you doing, babe? You all right?
I'm doing okay. I'm a little sore. You know, we've been hitting the gym lately. So,
Body transformations.
Yes. I'm a little sore, but I'm ready and looking forward to my time off of work. That's the benefits of working for a school.
Yep.
I get off when the kids get off. So I'm ready for this week. I only have to go to work tomorrow and then I'm off.
Again, we're filming this on Sunday evening, which is the 22nd. Mm-hmm. December 22nd. It's roughly around 10 o'clock at night. So, but anyway, just say that just to kind of give you guys a peek behind the scenes. So if we don't have certain scores, especially with football, because Sunday Night Football is actually playing right now, then, you know, that's our bad. We can't stay up too late because I got to get up and go to work in the morning. She got to go to work in the morning. And tomorrow is my gym day, right? Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings, I go to the gym at 6 a.m. and I go to work at 7. So it's a lot, right? Yes. So
let's get
into it. So we're going to open up. We're going to talk about the sneaker culture. So how do you look at how do you think the 11s did? The Legend Blue 11s. What do you think?
I mean, I like the sneakers, so I'm going to be biased and say that they did really well. So I don't have my thumb on the pulse like how you do, but personally, because how I like them and how I view them, I'm going to say they did a good job.
I think they're a dope sneaker, man. They're a grail sneaker. Hopefully they still around this week. When I get paid, I'll go grab a pair. But I don't know, man. You know, I walked through a couple. We'll get to that later. I was somewhere else. We'll get to that. But I walked through a Champs and a Foot Locker, and they were there. They were there. The Black Cement 3s was there. They had them. So I'm like, man, please just hold on to them to this week. When I get paid, please hold on. And that will complete my top 10 of the year. And I'll go ahead and get y'all that video. I ain't going to say top 10, my top pickups. I hate to put it in that 10. No, bro. It's, you know, y'all want to see what I picked up that I love this year, then I'm going to show it, right?
Right.
And I'll probably have some honorable mentions. That's, you know, so it's not a top whatever. I might do top 7. Who cares? But anyway, so the Legend Blues, I think they did okay. I think that 230 really kind of scared a lot of people away.
Yeah, that's see, it's hard.
They inch the price up every year, it seems like.
It's inflation for you, but at the same time, it's like where the economy is right now, not a lot of people are wanting to spend that much on some sneakers. You know what I'm saying? It'd be different if it was like if you put like a limited edition or something, or you add something to it like a special box, or because it is the holiday season and a lot of people look for collectibles around this time of year, I can see the $230 price tag, but at the same time, it's too much. It's too much.
I'm not going to say it's too much because really the OG price of the 11s are $225, right? So $5, but I'm just saying they inching that price up.
Yeah, little by
little. Like, you know, like regular retros, like Black Cement 3s used to be $200. I think these were $210.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Little by little.
They're inching the prices up. So, you know, Jordan 1s used to be $170. Now they're $180, you know?
And I guess what I meant by how they did as far as going good, I just felt like the response on my end, it was like it was a good sneaker. It was a good looking sneaker. Yeah. People were looking for.
And it's an OG.
So that's what I meant.
It's an OG Grail colorway. MJ wore in the '96 All-Star game. I feel like it's a dope sneaker, bro. Like no doubt about it. 72 and 10 that year. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
the history
to me,
behind it. It was
the history, yeah. And then to me, in my humble opinion, I feel like the Jordan 11 is the greatest shoe, not just sneaker. Mm-hmm. It's the greatest shoe ever constructed. I feel like that. That's my personal opinion. So I love that sneaker. Hopefully it's still around. I think they made a lot too. So, kind of drown out the resale prices.
Right.
And then too, y'all, I'm going to give y'all a little game, right?
Mm-hmm. Keep game.
If y'all love a certain sneaker and you really want it and it's sold out, sometimes when that shoe doesn't have a high resale value, you can find that shoe under retail on Go to StockX. Mm-hmm. It's been multiple times where I found a shoe that I'm about to get is the Sunders, the burgundy crush ones.
Oh yeah.
The ones that Amber had on at BFF. Mm-hmm. I want those. And when I was ready to pull the trigger on them, retail's 180. My size was gone. Mm-hmm. But I just recently looked on GOAT. They got my size for $100.
Ah, there you go.
$100. And they was, 110. They were, the retail is 180. So now they're 110. So I'm going to go ahead and grab them quick like that. They're going to get them. So y'all pay attention to that, man. So even though you may not like resale, pay attention. You can probably get some good deals because a lot of times these resellers, they buy up a whole bunch of stuff that they think that's going to be high.
And then when it doesn't.
And then it flops, then they just got to get rid of it. So it's like a fire sale. They just like here at whatever price. So y'all pay attention. I'm always on GOAT and StockX, more so GOAT than StockX. But that's just a little jewel for y'all, bro.
Yeah.
Pay attention to that. So if you don't have like an inside plug on stuff. So, but that's always cool. So I think they did good. I just think they made a lot. I think they made a lot of pairs. And like you said, everybody don't have like that $230 to shell out, this time of year. And then the kids are different now. Yeah. In my day, when we were in school, you wouldn't get no Jordan 11s because they were sold out. It doesn't matter how many they made. They was gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These days, these kids don't care. Mm-hmm. So kind of segue into this reel that we seen. Mm-hmm. While we're talking about the sneaker culture. And then, before we get into that, we talk about the Travis release.
Oh, okay.
You seen that Dennis Rodman was in the marketing.
Yeah, he was supposed
in the commercial.
To be like the Willy Wonka type.
Yeah.
He kind of reminded me of the Johnny Depp Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Because it was a little bit strange, a little weird.
Yeah, a little weird.
But whatever works, I guess it fits. You know what I'm saying?
He got 3 rings with MJ, so.
Dennis Rodman's a little weird. Travis Scott's a little weird. And you put them together. It was a good marketing move. Yeah. And I did like what
Travis
they did there.
Travis got an amazing team behind him when it comes to marketing, when it comes to building up the hype for his.
Right.
And now they're saying that he's not dropping any more Jordan 1 lows. These won't be out anymore. So
medium olives for those of you.
For those of you who aren't visual. If you're just audio, I got in my hand the media models, Jordan 1 low, Travis Scott's. There's rumor that their brand is not making these no more. So
what do you think
not the shoe, but the silhouette. So I think they're going to explore more into the Jumpman Jack. Okay. Like I seen iterations of a Jumpman Jack 2. I don't know if it's a leak. I don't know how true it is. It was on Sneaker News, so and they're a reputable source for sneakers. So I don't know. I like the Jordan 1 lows. I think that
They've
that's
become
a
new
dope.
favorite of mine.
It's been like they're like the new Air Force One. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
a little more classier, a little more, because Air Force Ones are a little bit bulky. They can be a little bit bulky.
Yeah,
sometimes.
They are. They can be.
And but yeah, Jordan 1s I only have one pair of Jordan 1 lows, and they've quickly become my favorite.
Yeah, they're a dope sneaker, man. I got a gang of Jordan 1 lows, but Travis Scott Jordan 1 lows, I think I got 2 or 3.
You got the Phantoms?
The Phantom, the all black joints, and those. That's all I can think of. Yeah, them the only 2 I have. But I do want these Velvet Brown boys, man. I do want them. Resales like nice. $460. Those are dope. And I seen somebody put the sail laces in them, which is dope. But then I seen somebody put the pink laces in them. I was like, oh yeah, I gotta have them, bro. Like that just did it. Oh yeah, that did it. It's like I'm gonna have to pull the trigger, but later in the new year, I can't do it right now. I can't shell out $460 right now. But later in the new year, I'll put a couple dollars aside and maybe trade some shoes and do what I do. So
let's segue into what we were going to talk about.
So this reel, right?
Yes, this reel. Break it down for us.
So it's a reel out there. I sent it to Sean, my boy Sean Collar. I sent it to him. Buck actually sent it to me, and I showed Lily. It's a reel about this young cat, right? He's saying top shoes. That's what do you say? That's a fad, or
you're just wearing them because they're
a trend. So the number one shoe, and he put the number one shoe, and then he put a trash can emoji next to the name of the shoe, the Jordan 11s. It's like, bro, all right, man. And
I think it was a little clickbaity. I think it was a little rage bait.
Super clickbaity. And it's like, this dude couldn't have been no more than 18, 19, right? Because he's talking about, he might have been 17. He had like peach fuzz on his face. Like, he didn't even have a full like mustache yet. So, my thing is this, bro. And, even when I was young and coming up, like I'm gonna give an example of music, right? Hip hop was so huge back in the 90s, right? Because it was like the birth of hip hop. Hip hop was really growing. It was, Biggie, Wu-Tang, Jay-Z, Nas, like Mobb Deep. You had all these different, Snoop and Dre out on the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? You had all these MCs, all these artists that were like, everybody was good. Like, it wasn't just like one person is good and everybody else is okay. No, everybody was good, right? And I remember the older people who said, oh, man, this and that, and I would think as a young guy, this is the best ever, But as I got older, I come to appreciate what the older guys were saying about Marvin Gaye, about the Jackson 5, about Stevie Wonder. I started to appreciate that even more so than hip hop. Like, I still got my classes that I work out to. I'll listen to some Biggie. You know what I'm saying? Right now, Kendrick is on repeat on repeat. Yeah. Kendrick GNX is on repeat in my ear when I'm working out.
Kendrick and Doechii are my number ones right now, listening back to back.
So with that being said, this young guy, he's talking about, he said Air Force Ones, like he hit every iconic sneaker. He said Air Force Ones, oh, they're uncomfortable. They're this and they're that.
You got to learn how to walk in them so you don't crease them.
It's like, dude, I get what he's saying, because when I was younger and I got a fresh pair of all whites, I wouldn't, but that's why I didn't have too many fresh pairs of all whites. I wouldn't get them like that because I ain't got bread like that. Like these rappers and these people with bread, they'll buy a new pair, wear them once, and then that's it. Like I remember Dame Dash when Rockefeller was at the peak of their powers, Jay-Z and Rockefeller and, and Dame Dash did an MTV Cribs, and he had a crib like out in like London somewhere. And he had went into this one room and he had a closet. It was just all brand new, all white Air Force Ones. And he was like, he just wear them and throw them out. He wear them once and throw them out. And then like his socks and underwear, he'll wear them once and throw them out. Like everything was new. And that's when the whole popping tags thing was a thing. Because he was like, if you can't pop the tag, then, on the socks or the underwear.
Okay.
So, you know what I'm saying? So that's when, and then on the Blueprint 2, Jay-Z made a song, Popping Tags. Right. So, but anyway,
little history lesson
for you youngsters. But at the end of the day, man, it's just like, you can't sit there and say like, okay, Jordan 11s are this or are that. Like it's so much history behind the Jordan 11.
And my point is, when you say something along the lines of, oh, you're just wearing them because it's a trend, you can say the same thing for Balenciagas. You can say the same thing for the old ugly looking things. These high end designers that are trying to make sneakers, and their sneakers are whack, by the way.
Yeah.
But people wear them. Why? Because it's a trend.
It's a trend.
So
nah,
it's
that's
like
trendy.
your point about if you wear these, you're only wearing them because they're on trend. You're kind of, I don't know. What is that called? Irony? Is that called like a double?
You contradicting
yourself. You know what I mean? So that's why.
And then
it's
he's speaking to a certain audience, right?
Right. So
he's talking to them young cats.
It doesn't apply to us.
But see, that's where we as older ones in the sneaker culture have to educate them, bro. They have to understand, look, no, wearing Jordan 11s is not a trend, bro.
Right.
It's been around since the Jordan 11 was ever available to wear, since 95, 96. So trends come and go.
Yeah.
right? Like, remember the big white T-shirts, the lean with it, rock with it, lean with it, rock. That was trendy.
Yeah.
Right? That was trendy.
Everybody
It came
was wearing
and
it.
it went,
Yeah.
right? The tight shirts, muscle shirts, and big baggy jeans.
With some Timbs.
With some Timbs. That was a trend. Came and went.
Right.
Right? The skinny jeans.
Super
skinny jeans. That came and that went. That's a trend. Those are trends.
Yeah.
Jordan 11s is not a trend. That's the culture.
He named the Jordan 11s. He named the
Air Force Ones.
He named Vans, which I took a little personal.
Now you can speak to the Vans because I never owned a pair of Vans. I never had one. My kids have some, and this is the Vans girl right here. She's from Cali. So
Vans,
now you talking her talk.
Vans to me, it's a classic shoe. It's it's simple to wear. The most classic black and white. You have your
like
slip-ons.
Chuck Taylors.
Right. You have your slip-ons and you have the ones with the laces. And it was like, you could wear them and you can dress them up, you can dress them down, you can wear them casually, you can wear them, when you're going to work, business casual. So it's such a diverse shoe that
like Air Force One.
Yeah, it's not quote unquote trendy because it stood the test of time.
Yeah.
Since when they first came out till now, people are still wearing them.
I don't think he knows what trends mean.
Right. Trend is like when you have it for a little while.
Like demure. That's trendy.
That's a trendy word right now. Trendy. Demure. It's very trendy.
Right.
Wearing certain styles, certain colors, those are trendy because to your point, they come and they go.
Yeah, they go.
But the ones that stay in the test of time, those are the classics. Those are the ones that's like, hey, if you have these, then that's you know what I'm saying?
It just to me, it just speaks like if I see you wearing, if you're a younger person, and I see you wearing Jordan 11s, then you got taste. That's how I look. To me, that's the greatest shoe ever constructed. Not just sneaker. The greatest shoe that's ever been constructed, in my opinion. So I don't look at it as, oh, that's trendy because you got that on. And I think another problem is with these young people, especially in this generation, and it's like you have so many that's very respectable that really pay I say homage, or you say homage. I say homage. I'm hood, bro. I just say pay homage. You know what I'm saying? You got young ones that do pay homage and give respect. I'm 46 and I still pay homage and give respect to those who paved the way for me, even if they're younger than me. Mm-hmm. Like age is not it. You know what I'm saying? But even those that's older than me, I still give them their flowers, bro. Yeah. And the problem with this younger generation, they don't.
Yeah.
They feel like that everything is their thing, like they're the new thing, right?
It's
nothing is new under the sun, bro.
Under the sun.
So it feels like they doing, and it's gonna come back around because right now the young people in high school, I be keeping track of I look at different reels. Mm-hmm. These high schoolers, they're into like Asics and like dad shoes,
chunky shoes.
They're into dad shoes right now. That's like the thing.
Juicy couture suits, velour suits are coming back.
Yeah,
that's how you know it's.
That's trendy. It's the velour suits. That was trendy.
The velour suits.
The velour
are coming
Sean John Rockaware suits and
when
all
I was
that.
in high school, we used to wear a lot of like different tank tops underneath our shirts, and they would have lace on the bottom, and we would layer them to match our the solid shirt on the top, and that's how that trend is coming back. That's trendy. What I'm saying? Like it's and this new generation really feel like.
They're disrespectful. Yeah, they're very disrespectful. And it starts with like people like Draymond Green. Mm-hmm. This is a guy, he's mid-30s, bro. And he's so disrespectful. He disrespected everybody that's before him by saying, oh, he's the greatest defender to ever. Like, dude, shut up. Right? Like, you got people that do stuff like that. Like, you think you're doing something so grand. But you're
a little bit of humility.
You are not bigger than the world. Right. You're not the smartest person in the world. You're not the first one to invent anything, right? You're not, Albert Einstein. You're not, what's my man, Edison. You know what I'm saying? Who invented the light bulb. And come on, bro. I listen to Edison brag. Boy, I had the first light bulb, boy. That LED light ain't nothing on the first light bulb. You feel me? Like, I listen to that because you did. You invented something that's like changed the world. Like, think about if he never invented the light bulb. We wouldn't have LED lights. Right. We'd have candles. We'd be walking around with lanterns. You know what I'm saying? Like oil lanterns, you know? You changed the world, right? Think about whoever invented the internet. You can brag, bro. Right. But those people ain't the ones that's bragging. It be the dudes that's doing something that's not even near as great as somebody else and saying, oh, I'm the best. I'm the best to ever do this. Like, dude, shut your mouth, bro. Right. No, so, but anyway, the disrespect is real, right? That's not our culture, y'all. So that's not in the culture. I'm not mad at the little dude. He just don't know no better. Yeah. And it could be a little clickbait. He knows. I think it was. Just like somebody we know. Yes. He makes content that controversial. He know he gonna get a bunch of views and a bunch of likes. Yeah. He gonna stir the pot with people like me.
And then watch it burn.
And watch it burn, right? But I ain't gonna mention his name. I ain't gonna give him that notoriety. But at the end of the day,
I think one of the things that we can't agree is when he did mention Crocs. People are wearing Crocs because it's a
Crocs
trend.
Is trendy.
That's a trend. I have a pair of Crocs.
Yeah, her and the kids, they love Crocs. I hate them. Crocs. I hate the way they look.
But I only have one pair. No. I know people who buy because it's their collection. That's
I'm
what
cool
they
on Crocs,
like different colors. They like all the little things that come with it.
And if Crocs wanted to sponsor us in any shape or form, I love y'all. But for me to go out to the mall and say, hey, I'm about to go get me a pair. Let me go to Famous Footwear and get me a pair of Crocs.
He's not gonna do that, y'all.
That ain't me. Like comfortable, like summertime stuff, give me some slides, bro.
Yeah.
I love slides. I'm the slide king. I love slides, bro. So, but the Crocs, no. I can agree on that. He said Crocs, but he named Jordan 11s and he put the trash can emoji next to him. So it's like.
You took offense to that.
I took serious offense. It's like, bro, what are you doing, bro? Yeah. But
long
Air
story
Force
short,
One, Vans, everybody can wear what they want. Everybody can like what they want. I hate when people make statements like that. Like, oh, if you wear this, that means you're this. Like, no, that doesn't. That don't mean nothing. That means that person like Jordan 11s. That mean that person like Vans. That mean that person like Crocs. That mean that person, like, I see people with Crocs all the time, like cool people.
Yeah.
Like, I know some really, really cool dudes that I'm out and about, they wearing Crocs. And it's like, them joints whack to me, but I don't judge them.
Right.
I don't say, oh, man, he corny because he wearing, what?
And you better not judge me either.
No, I don't. I just won't pay for them.
I love my Crocs, but I only got one pair. That's it. I'm good with that until the wheels fall off and then I'll get another pair. But
right.
I'm not about
Sport mode.
Keep investing in them. So,
yeah.
But yeah, that wraps up this portion at the end of the day.
So real quick before we cut off the sneaker culture section of this episode, we could talk about future releases, right? So future releases, it's not really much left. Again, it's December 22nd. I think this week, tomorrow, the 23rd, the Wizard of Oz Dunks come out.
Okay.
Those are released for, I think, $150 on the sneakers app. So I don't know about boutiques that may have them. I think Social Status may have them. Check your neighborhood boutiques, your tier 0 stores. They may have like raffles or different things for them if you really want them. I've seen a couple people that have them. They're like, oh man, these are it. You got to have these. These are. It's like, all right, bro. I mean, if that shows speed, that shows speed, bro. Mm-hmm. I just can't. It's just a little bit too much for me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But and then what you thought of them?
They were. It wasn't like, I mean, I'm not a big Dunk fan.
Yeah,
and that
if you're an SB Dunk fan, you like
and
them.
that was going to be my a quick question before we wrap this up.
Mm-hmm.
With the trend, as we were talking about trends, how do you feel the trend of Dunks now compared to what it was, 2 years ago?
I remember, look, I'm going to tell you like this. This will take you back to like 97 when I was in the military, right? I had a pair of orange and white, which they would probably call Syracuse. Mm-hmm. Not Syracuse, what they would call them. But anyway, they were orange and white Dunks, right? Mm-hmm. They were highs. And my homeboy, my boy Yamin, he had a pair of like navy blue or royal blue and white Dunk highs. They were cool back then. Like we were like, it was dope. It was like, hey, you know. But it was a period that Dunks were like corny. Mm-hmm. Like,
they were
it was like
the broke man.
Yeah,
Jordan
they
1.
was like, if you couldn't get some Jordan 1s, you got Dunks.
Yeah.
And it's not that, and that's not how I viewed it. That's how it was viewed. It wasn't just me. You know what I'm saying? And then the skateboard scene came along, and the SB Dunks, and I think that pulled a whole crowd demographics in. No matter if you black or white, it was like the skaters, right?
That's a whole
the Lupe
community
Fiasco kick push days. That's when that came in. It was like, oh, you know, and then they start, and then now Nike has seen that. Now they're hiring. Nike is brilliant, right? They're hiring people in that SB world that's in tune with the culture, and now they're making cool colorways. They're making, so it's not just your regular Panda Dunks. Yeah, SB is a whole different. You know, the shoe is more constructed for skateboarding, right? It has a fatter tongue. It's, you know, it's different. Your regular, just generic Dunks. To answer your question, I think the trend has went. I think the pandemic made it where Pandas was crazy. I don't know where that came from. I'm glad I never hyped. Hey, I hit on a pair of Pandas. I think the sneakers. I went to the sneakers at where I hit, and I used them as I hit for like $90. I think they're $100. And I used that to trade some value. Shoes, and they were like $250 at the time. I'm like, crazy. And it went towards a sneaker I wanted. So it was like, hey, you know, but I never had a pair of pants. I don't know. I got one pair of Dunks, bro, and that's the Fragment, them like plum and black pair. The Fragment.
I think the trend has kind of slowed down a little bit, and
it's slowed down tremendously.
They're trying to ramp it up with these.
But no, see, that's a different.
Colors.
That's a different division, though.
SB okay,
SB is different, right? So
I kind of just all put it in one pot.
Right,
so,
because it's the silhouette of the shoe is a dunk.
Yeah.
But then you have the SB Dunks, right? Yeah. So the SB Dunks, again, they're made different. They're constructed different. More padding. It's for skateboarding as opposed to your Panda Dunks, which just, you know, which is, and I don't get that neither, that the regular like generic Dunks, like your Pandas and just like them different like bland colorways, those ones are like cheaply made. Like they don't have good material on them. But there are some Dunks that I do like. I do like the Oregon Dunks. Those are dope. I do like the Union Dunks. The Union got like 2 or 3. I think it's called Pistachio, and I forget the other one. I like those. You know, it's different ones that I do like, but just your generic Dunks, they're made so cheap. Like the material is real cheap. They just, you know, it's like, it's whatever, man. It's not your forte. It's not my forte. But SB, that crowd is like the Jordan crowd. Not as big, but they're as dedicated. It's
established.
Yeah, they're dedicated. Like the people who love SBs, they love SBs, bro. And you got some people that just collect all SBs. Like they not messing with nothing else. They just want SBs. So I get that. There is a market for that. But your regular like Panda Dunks and just generic Dunks, I think that's about dead. Yeah. Just like the Jordan 1 hype. I think that's about dead.
Yeah, and I think maybe that's why Travis is no longer probably doing the
Travis, long as he just keep throwing the backwards check on stuff and making like
neutral colors.
No, not even the colors. Like he can put whatever. You see he did the yellow and blue, like the canary. Like it don't matter about the color. What I'm saying is long as he throw the backwards check on there, and long as he make a little stock, like 150,000, it's gonna go crazy because it's so limited, you know. So with that being said, that's what that is. So, but anyway, as we move on, man, we can move on from that. But to answer your question, I think like the generic Dunk, not generic, but the regular,
not the
Dunk,
SBs,
right? SBs, that family, that faction.
They're good.
They're good. The non-SBs, I think that's dying down. Okay. I think that's going away. But long as SB keep doing it, they did I think the Futuramas or Futuras. They did those. Those was really hype. You know, you got the Wizard of Oz. You got a bunch of them that people are going to just clamor over. Yeah. But your Pandas and just normal colorways, that's over with.
I still want them.
And then the Wu-Tang Dunks were dope too. I still got to circle back and get those.
Circle back. All right. Well, so let's talk about some sports now.
Sports.
Right. We need a little.
Yeah, we need like a little.
We need our little soundboard thing.
Yeah, we need like a little music, like for what's the music for the like the NBA.
Oh my God, I don't even know.
Forgot.
we haven't been watching the NBA like that. I'm not even remembering the dang
So
theme
we'll
song.
start off with the NBA.
Yes, let's.
So the NBA is still struggling, guys. It's not a good product, man. It's just not. It's just we're still watching a bunch of just throw the ball up, accidental offense, move the ball around, sit in the corner. I just seen a highlight tonight. So tonight the Indiana Pacers played the Kings, and I forget the player that did it, man. Who is that? Yeah, so this dude, Jarris Walker, kind of he gets trapped up, throws the ball off the glass, right? And just like Anthony Edwards did the other night, he got trapped up, did his little tween, shout out to Jesse, Filet. I ain't stealing his stuff. That's my boy. So, but anyway, he did his little tween, hezzy and all that. And he threw it off the glass and he dunked it. You know what I'm saying? Because he got caught up. He ain't had nowhere else to go. Threw it off the glass, dunked it. This dude, Walker, he threw it off the glass. He catches it and throws it to my man Thomas Bryant in the corner for a three and then shoots the three. It's like, it's a bunch of threes. Just for example, man, let's look at, so I'm going to check the box scores. So by the way, the Pacers won 122-95. They beat the Sacramento Kings. Nobody had like a really amazing game. It was well-rounded scoring. Pacers leading scorer was Pascal Siakam, 7 for 14, 19 points, 10 rebounds, 2 for 5 from 3. As a team, they shot 39 3-pointers, which is less than what I expected. And then the Sacramento Kings, they shot 38 3-pointers. Now the Kings were 12 for 38, 31% from 3, which is trash. And then, the Pacers were 17 for 39. From 3, so they was 43% from 3, which is a really good percentage. Yeah. 43%. Yeah. So, man, my dog DeMar DeRozan was 1 for 7, 2 points. But Domantas Sabonis, he had a good game. Not efficient. He was 8 for 22 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3. But he had 17 points and 21 rebounds. So that was crazy.
21 rebounds.
Yeah, he was on the glass. De'Aaron Fox, 7 for 19, 23 points, 7 for 19 though, 2 for 8 from 3. 2 for 6, excuse me. And, he had 7 assists. It's just so many threes being shot, bro. Like,
make the smarter pass.
I don't know, man. But then when we go back to yesterday, so today's scores in the NBA, which is December 22nd, Sunday, you got the Rockets beat the Raptors 114-110. And the Nuggets beat the Pelicans 132-129 in overtime. So that's a cool overtime score. But you see these scoring is... the NBA is getting, they don't know this. They know that they have a bad product, right? They know that the league is just not what it used to be. It's not entertaining
and that's
anymore.
why they're trying so hard with the All-Star game format.
Oh, man, we're going to get into that. Hold on. We're going to get in.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
I also wanted to just know, we were watching Juju and Paige.
I'm going to get to that. Hold on. Yeah. I want to get to that. So we're going to talk to y'all about that. So the night before, Saturday, December 21st, a lot of teams played, right? Mm-hmm. So you got the Warriors beat the Timberwolves 113-103 in Minnesota. And Steph had a good game, man. He had a good scoring game. His efficiency, he was 10 for 21, which was that's cool.
For him, I guess that's
it's
okay.
all right. And he was 7 for 16 from 3. It's a lot of threes, but that is Steph Curry. He did make 7, and that's a high percentage. 7 for 16. And he had 31 points, 10 assists. So he did well. Draymond did not play. He got a left ankle injury. Minnesota. So Anthony Edwards was 6 for 20. 6 for 20. 4 for 11 from 3, 19 points.
4 for 11.
Yeah, man. So it's a lot of that rah-rah.
Hey, look, once he started talking that talk, look at him now.
14-13. The Timberwolves are 14-13. The Golden State Warriors are 15-12. Then yesterday, the Lakers beat the Kings. So the Kings on a 2-game losing streak. They lost back-to-back. And they didn't score 100 in neither game. So they lost 103-99 to the Lakers. LeBron had a really good game. LeBron, 13 for 24. Although he was 1 for 8 for 3. Again,
you are
too
not
many
a
threes.
3-point shooter, LeBron. And he tries so hard. Oh.
You know, and it's not. And then he had 32 points, 6 boards, 7 boards, 6 assists. So great stat line, bro. And you got the win. Anthony Davis was 4 for 10 points, 15 rebounds in 37 minutes. So he was off, but LeBron carried him to the victory. Yeah. So it's not about that LeBron is trying to be like Steph or he's trying to shoot threes. It's the fact that threes are the easy way out.
Right.
For
those who can make it. Because
even if you can't make it, that's the easy way out. It's easy offense. You just shoot and you got to work hard.
Yeah.
You feel me? You
ain't got to go through screens. You ain't got to go through defense.
Contact.
You know, through all that. Yeah.
You just, that's you making it easier on the defense.
Yeah.
When you can't shoot threes, you bailing the defense out. You shoot 1 for 8. They still won. So as a team, they shot, oh my God, they shot horrible from 3 as a team. They were 9 for 35.
Oh my God.
25%. Are we seeing this? This is why the NBA is not fun to look at.
Oh, gosh.
And then the Kings were 10 for 37, 27%. So just think all them bricks.
Dumb over there.
All them bricks, bro. All them bricks, bro. Like not even 23s between two teams made, and they shot the ball 72 times from 3-point land. And you couldn't even make 20 of 72. So that's just tip of the iceberg. But the Lakers beat the Kings 103-99. The Magic beat the Heat 121-114. The Grizzlies beat the Hawks 128-112. The Jazz beat the Nets 105-94. Cleveland mopped the floor with the 76ers 126-99. Philly, what is going on in Philly, bro?
Right.
You know, like,
you were the chosen one.
What happened, man? Like, Paul George was 4 for 12 shooting, 11 points. No Embiid. Of course, Tyrese Maxey was back. He's 8 for 21. He was 5 for 10 from 3, but he was off from 2, 8 from 21. And Kelly Oubre Jr. was 3 for 11, and they were 11 for 34 as a team from 3. See, that's why Cleveland is cleaning dudes up. Cleveland is 22 for 43 from 3. They shot the ball 51%. They hit 22 3-pointers.
Yeah.
That's 66 points, bro.
Right.
That's a lot.
How much did they end up scoring?
126.
And 66
yeah.
came from...
Yeah. 126-99 was the final score. So they almost beat them by 30, beat them by 27. Celtics beat the Bulls, mopped the floor with them 123-98, 25-point brutal beating. The Bucks beat the Wizards 112-101. The Knicks beat the Pelicans 104-93. The Clippers lost to the Mavericks. The Mavericks won 113-97. Let's look at Clay, man. Let's see what Clay doing over there. I keep an eye on Clay. His mama call him Clay, so I'm gonna call him Clay. So Clay, he was 6 for 9. He played 24 minutes, 16 points, 4 for 6 from 3. Very, very efficient. Spencer
Clay.
Dinwiddie was 4 for 13, 1 for 6 from 3, 15 points. They had a well-rounded scoring. There was no.
How about we turn off that phone?
Yeah, those are all work emails too. There was no do not disturb. There it is. Sorry, y'all. There was no Luka and no Kyrie. So
and you said they beat?
They mopped the floor with the Celtics. Okay. I mean, the Clippers 113-97.
Oof.
So beat them by what, 16? Ain't that bad. They beat them by 16.
It sounds bad.
Yeah, it sounds bad. Yeah, you ain't score 100 points.
Right.
In today's
first
basketball.
to 100.
Right.
You know.
And then James Harden was 6 for 18. 19 points, 2 for 9 for 3. Yeah. Norman Powell was 8 for 22, 3 for 11 for 3. So they were 10 for 37 from 3, 27%, and the Mavericks were 14 for 35, 40% from 3. So I mean, y'all see, I'm reading these threes is for a reason, right? It's a purpose. And I'm going to get to that. So then you got the Spurs beat the Trailblazers. Let's see what Wemby did. Wemby is doing, he went crazy. He didn't go crazy. 8 for 16, 4 for 8 from 3, 7 boards, 3 assists, 30 points. So
it's a solid.
No, that's great. 30
game.
points. You had a good game. 8 for 16.
Solid game. It's efficient
4
too.
for 8.
What? He was 50%.
Yeah, 50%. You can't from a 7'4" guy. You can't.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a good solid game.
Chris Paul 2 for 6, 6 points, 9 assists.
He's never winning a ring.
Well, we got the biggest Chris Paul fan over here. So,
oh my gosh.
So
he's never winning a ring.
The Spurs shot 10 for 36 from 3, 27%. And the Trailblazers shot 12 for 43 from 3, 27%. So they both shot 27%. So imagine watching that. You just seeing brick after brick after brick. It is like, Anthony Simmons shot 3 for 11 from 3, 7 for 22. 7 for 22. That's a horrible shooting night, bro. That's 7 for 22, 18 points, bro. You shot the ball 22 times and you got 18 points out of that. That's not good, bro. Yeah. So,
So, with that being said, those are your scores.
Hold on. That's not the scores. Chill.
Sorry. You were taking a long pause and I thought you were done.
Then we got the last score from last night is the Pistons and the Suns. The Pistons actually beat the Suns in Phoenix. Go ahead, Detroit. Let's go. And so let's look at this box score. So Cade was 9 for 19, 3 for 8 from 3, 13 assists and 28 points. Cade has been balling. Wow. Even though that's not greatly efficient, Cade is averaging 24 points, 7 rebounds, and dang near 10 assists, 9.7 assists. He's definitely an all-star this year, especially with the way they're going to make these teams.
Right.
So, but anyway.
He has a chance. Yeah. There's going to be 3 different teams.
Jaden Ivey is 7 for 14, 4 for 6 from 3, 20 points. Jaden is balling too. What's Jaden's stats looking like this year? Jaden Ivey is 17.4, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. So that's solid. It was his second year. So that's solid. Not great, but solid. That's real solid.
What's Detroit's record right now?
Detroit is 12 and 17. 5 games under 5. So they way better than last year. I think last year they won a total of 12 games, probably like 20 games. I think they won last year. It was ridiculous. So Tim Hardaway Jr. was 6 for 10, 4 for 6 from 3, 16 points. Jalen Duren was 7 for 7, big man numbers, 17 points and 11 rebounds. So in 34 minutes, that's real nice. So the Pistons shot 19 for 39 from 3. They was on 48% shooting. Hey, that's good product. Yeah. Then the Suns. So you got KD, one of the most efficient players of all time, should have stayed his butt in Golden State. You probably would have about your 5th ring by now.
Right.
But anyway.
That's another conversation for
39
another day.
minutes, 14 for 26, 4 for 9 from 3, 5 boards, 6 assists, and 43 points.
Wow.
So KD is unguardable.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the cheat man. You can't, especially you give him a system.
You're like, yeah, that makes sense.
You give KD a system.
Yeah.
He's unguardable. That's why he thrived in Golden State. But except for when, Draymond. Of course. But that's Draymond's fault. Draymond think he bigger than what he is.
And Draymond is just part of a good system.
Yeah, and you're a role player in this system. I'm the star.
Right. You put him in another system.
But at the same time, at the same time, Draymond, it's his fault that KD, because you got too big for your britches. Yeah. You seen KD was the guy here. Mm-hmm. So when KD clapping at you to give him the ball, what are you doing? Give him the ball. Yeah. You gonna tell him we won before you got here, dog.
Oh, no.
And you know what? Everybody mad at KD for that. I'm not mad at you because I would have left the same way. I would not be his teammate. Yeah. Steph Curry is just, I don't know. Steph, I don't know. I can't speak on Steph, man, because that's my guy, and I don't want to say nothing ridiculous. I don't want to give a Nick wrong take, but I don't know how Steph does it. When again, man, when your actions make a grown man cry on national TV, that tells me a lot.
Tells me everything I need to know.
That tells me everything I need to know, man. So let's keep going. So then you got Bradley Beal was 11 for 20, 3 for 6 from 3, 6 boards, 5 assists, 26 points. No Devin Booker. So D-Book didn't play. But Phoenix is 14 and 13. They lost 133-125 at home against the Pistons. So
we
shout out to Detroit, man.
Points.
Yeah, shout out to Detroit. Good. They was on. They shot 47% from three. So looking at Phoenix, what they shot from three, let's see. What did they didn't shoot bad from three either. They were 14 for 29. See, Phoenix only shot 29 threes.
Yeah. And how much?
I shout out to them.
And how much did we do?
We shot 39. We were 19 for 39. Phoenix was 14 for 29. So they shot 48% from three. And Detroit, they shot both. They both shot 48. Shot yeah, they just shot more. Detroit, to break it down, to be technical, Detroit shot 48.7 from three. And Phoenix shot 48.3. So a couple more threes will win you the game. They won by 8, so they made a couple more than they did.
We're gonna have a Victory Monday.
All right, let's go. Victory Monday. So with that being said, so kind of to circle back to what Lily was saying, we were talking about the NBA. And last night we were watching some games. We were flipping through. Which game was that? We was watching that Pelicans game last night. The Knicks and the Pelicans. And soon as we turn on the game, all we see is threes, brick. Right. So it's like, man. Then we found out UNC and USC, women's college basketball. Not UNC, UConn and USC, right. UConn and USC, so Paige Buckers and Juju. Man, that was a game, your girl, bro. Right there. Yeah, Juju, she number one, bro. Nobody's better than Juju, bro. Right. It's some dope girls in the league. The WNBA has a bright future, bro. They have a bright future. Paige is coming at the end of this year, and Paige is a dog. She's a dog. Paige Buckers is coming at the end of this year. Is it Buckers
or is it Beckers?
I think it's Buckers.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, she just threw me all off, y'all.
I'm sorry. I was just, it's a thought. It's an outside thought that came out.
Yeah, so we're going to get to it. But
So we were watching the game.
And here it is. And the women are, WNBA is in a good space, man. Yeah, see? It's Buckers.
Buckers? Okay.
Yeah, Paige Buckers. She averaging 20.8, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. So really, really dope. She's a beast, man. Yeah. And Juju averaging 24.8, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. Juju. Boy. Juju still got 2 more years left. So just imagine where the WNBA is going to be at in 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, Caitlin's going to be better. You know, not Juju. Paige is coming. It's a couple other girls that's up there that's coming.
Reese is gonna be better.
Angel Reese gonna be better, yeah. But think about where the WNBA is in good hands. It's exciting, right?
Yeah. They just expanded. They get the new class that's coming in the next couple of years are great. Yeah, man. I'm excited to, man. We were just talking about how watching
it's more exciting.
It was way more exciting.
We watched the last 5-6 minutes of the UConn USC game, and it was a nail biter.
Yeah,
it was a nail biter. It was so the final score was 72-70. So it was a nail biter. It came down to free throws, and old girl missed 2 out of 3 free throws. Yeah. But then she still had a chance and panicked. And just kind of threw a shot up when she could have got a good shot.
Yeah, she thought it was like still 2 seconds on the clock, and it was just one of those panic moments.
She panicked. But at the end of the day, that was a great, great game. And this is USC's first year. Shout out to your shirt. This is USC first year in the Big Ten for the women, right? So they actually play Michigan on the 29th. They're, I think are they here or?
That's a good question.
Let's see where they at. Because if they here, I want to go. We're going to try to get some tickets to go.
Let's do it. If you want to talk about last
Nope, they in USC.
They're in California?
Yep, they're in California. It's Michigan at USC. That's the 29th, next Sunday, actually, at 10 p.m., 7 p.m. Western. Pacific Standard Time. So, but yeah, we enjoy watching the college game, the women's college game, more than, you know, the NBA. I have watched, only thing I've been paying attention to with the NBA is to give y'all stats, right?
Stats at the in our podcast episode.
And
That's really
I don't even like
watch
my team is the Warriors. I don't even want to watch them, man.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's frustrating because it's like you already know what you're gonna see.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna see a bunch of dribbling, a bunch of 1-on-1? Then if they ain't got nothing, they're gonna kick it out. Somebody's gonna jack up a 3, right? And then with my team, you got Draymond. He's gonna get mad and throw tantrums and elbow people and get kicked out the game. And then when he get asked about it, oh, I'm a successful man. My life is good. Nobody asking you about your life. We know you rich, bro.
Right.
We know where you came from, bro. But we talking about within 48 minutes on that 94-foot wood. That's what we talk. That's what we want to know. Why you acting a fool?
Right.
Nobody don't care. Okay, we know you got bread. You got a beautiful wife. You got a beautiful child. You got a beautiful home. Your family good. Your mama good. Your grandma good. Your brother's good. Your sister's good. Whatever. Everybody know that about you, bro.
Right.
We
That's
happy
not what
for
we're
you.
talking about.
We happy for you, bro. We happy for you. Good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when we talking about basketball, why you doing stuff you doing? You supposed to be professional and have an answer. Don't try to deflect and I'm successful. You know where I come from? I came from Saginaw. I came from when it was this and that. I came from, man, nobody don't want to hear that, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody got a story. Everybody grinded. Everybody did that, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's in your position. That's, you know what I'm saying? Right. Like, come on, man. You got people with way worse conditions than you had coming up from Saginaw, Michigan. Dudes from the hood in Detroit. Talk to Jalen Rose, my boy. Yeah. Southwestern. You know what I'm saying? A legend in these streets, man. So I don't know, bro. Let me reel it on in, man. So, but anyway, you know, yeah. So that's just me, man. That's my expressing my displeasure, and that's my squad. That's me. So, but I'm just saying that to say basketball is really the ratings are down. So Adam Silver is trying to generate excitement by switching up the All-Star.
Right. Let's talk about it.
So for the All-Star, if y'all didn't know, what they're doing is no longer East versus West. First, they tried to let the guys pick the teams. Right. Then they got butthurt because people was getting picked last. So what, dog? If you got picked last, you got picked last, bro. Like, then they got butthurt about that. Oh, we can't let them pick teams because people getting mad because they got picked last. Like, James Harden got picked last by LeBron, or LeBron didn't want to play with James Harden. Some jump. Remember that year that LeBron and KD picked the teams, and it was like, so, I mean, that was actually decent. It was okay. It was like, I guess. I always felt like they should have just kept it East versus West.
It's
the best players in the East versus the best players in the West. But the problem is, these guys going out here last year, as you've seen, it was like when we watched, I was disgusted at last year's All-Star game.
Yeah, it was horrible.
When Luka just wasn't even trying. Luka was out there being goofy, like just moving out the way, letting them. It's like, man, come on.
That's not
dog.
what the All-Star game is for.
No, that's supposed to be like, there's no pride.
Right.
And now the excuse is, oh, they're scared to get hurt. Man, come on, bro. Right. Like, you scared to get hurt. You can get hurt in game 1 of the regular season, bro. Right. You can get hurt in game 82, bro. You can get hurt anytime. But this, people
want to see the best of the best go against the best of the best.
So a whack NBA team, a team that's in last place. Let's look at the Washington Wizards, right? They suck, right? You know, and I'm just stating the facts. They suck. I'm not picking on them. They suck. They're terrible. If you want a ticket to watch the Washington Wizards, you probably gonna pay maybe $50 for a good seat, a decent. Because when the Pistons suck, remember when me, Curtis, and a group of guys, we went to see the Pistons.
That's right.
That year they sucked. It was a couple years ago, and they were horrible. It was like $50, and we had some lower level seats. Like it was cool, and we watched the Blazers when Dame was with the Blazers, and it was a good game. The Pistons was winning, but Dame turned it on, and
that was it.
It was Dame time. But at the end of the day, it was $50 for lower bowl seats, right? All-Star game, these seats, no matter where you at, these seats are four digits and up.
Yeah, hundreds of
four digits and up. I wouldn't say hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds and thousands.
Yeah. Okay, I'm about to say 100,000 for a seat.
No. Hey, I mean, they've been going in what is that? 5
maybe
figures?
Resale. Yeah, that's like 10,000 and up.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying these are 4 figures and up. Anywhere in the house, 4 figures and up. So you're gonna pay upwards to, you know, maybe $20,000 to sit on the floor, right? There's them some expensive seats, All-Star game, right? All right, I get it. Y'all give that product for that. So you mean to tell me I'm gonna pay more money to come watch my favorite player play, and y'all, because you scared to get hurt, you don't want to you don't want to play no defense on nobody? That's that competition level, that buddy crap, bro. Yeah, it's like, nah, bro. Like, my thing is this, man. Michael Jordan made a statement, and this dang near brought tears in my eyes, man. When I get inspired about stuff, when stuff really inspires and touches me, I get emotional, right? So when he said the reason why he approached the game the way he did, because he said he always wanted somebody to leave. He wanted to shock somebody who never seen him play before. So that means All-Star game. That means home games, away games, playoff games. That don't matter. That don't matter, man. It's one of them things where this generation, nobody has
that sense of like
the kahunas to say, hey, forget all that. I'm the best of the best. Not just talk about it. Don't give me the Anthony Edwards, man. Right. Show me.
Yeah.
Show me. Go out there and, you know, you see LeBron dribbling up the court, lock him down. Right. Sit down in that chair, rip the ball from him, go down and dunk. Nigga, yell, like, yeah, let's go. Like, I want to see that against the best.
Right.
Like, the best of the best. That's why I would never forget. I would never, ever forget, what was that? The 91-92 All-Star game when Magic won MVP. And that was the, you know, HIV, you know, Magic hit that three while Isaiah was on him. And they were playing defense. Like, Jordan had a great game that game. But Magic was just that guy. It was his time. It wasn't
Jordan's time yet.
No, not yet. Jordan was already that guy. It was because that game, Magic showed himself, because that was the HIV game. He stopped playing in the regular season, but he still played in the All-Star game.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So they didn't just go light on Magic. They weren't just letting Magic just do whatever Magic balled. And that's why he won MVP of that one. But at the end of the day, MJ still was balling. His team just lost. Magic hit like the game-winning three over Isaiah, and it was like storybook. It was like, it was that.
Yeah.
But, you know, you don't have that no more, that competition. Kobe was the last one. I remember when Kobe locked LeBron down in the All-Star game. I'm talking about sat down. They was looking like, you know, everybody want to be all cute with the ball and do it. Kobe like, nah, let's go. Come on. Locked him down, blocked his shot, everything, dog. It was like, you don't have those guys no more. You got like
the sense of competition and that sense of like,
no,
real
bro,
rivalry,
like I'm better than you. Like, and I'm gonna show you I'm better than you.
Right. Like, I remember when Charles Barkley said that when he played against Michael, he said that was the first time I ever thought that I wasn't the best player.
He wasn't the best player on the court. And Charles Barkley was a beast. I don't care what nobody say. A lot of people get him flack because he ain't win no championship. Dude, I don't care what you say. Barkley was getting 40, 45 points and like 25 rebounds. And he hitting you from three.
Beast.
6'4" at the power forward.
So that mentality.
Yeah, it's not prevalent
anymore.
Today. No.
It's not here anymore.
It don't exist.
It really
like
don't.
Shaq. Shaq was like that. Shaq was the type, one of the greatest dunks I ever seen in the All-Star game is when Shaq dunked on David Robinson, dog. In San Antonio. The same game that MJ, I think it was the same game that MJ had on the Legend Blue 11s. Dunked on him so hard. Like, ridiculous. Like, in San Antonio. It's in his house. And that was the... I bet you David Robinson did go home and cry. Shaq was... But see, that's what I'm saying. We don't have that no more. It's too much of this buddy and, oh, we gonna make money. Oh, I'm scared I'm gonna get hurt. And, man, that just whack to me.
Y'all can keep all that.
So what they're doing now with the All-Star game, they're getting three teams of 8, first to 40, and then they're getting one team of 8 of Rising Stars. So younger guys, maybe first, second year guys. And they're going to play like a tournament pool, and whoever wins. That's so dumb to me. Like,
how many tournaments are we gonna have during the season?
You
we
got
have
this in-season tournament that's not even like exciting. No. You know, I thought it was just I thought it was a sham last year when they did it for the first time. I mean, it was cool to look at because it was different. It was like, okay,
the courts kind of get on my nerves.
Yeah, all that colorful courts is like, bro, y'all need to chill with that. I get it changing the court, but that's too much, bro.
It's too much. Like it's whole court is like bright red or like bright green.
Yeah, I'm not with that. No. But I get changing the court. That's cool. I get it. But just that colorful, it's like tone it down some, bro.
Y'all doing
Have some balance, bro. You went way to the left. Like, well, I went right, but way to the left. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, they got three teams of 8, first to 40, and then the Rising Star team. And it's like, man, I don't know. I don't think it's going. I don't know, man.
I don't get it.
I don't know how they're gonna be selecting the teams. I don't know if each team gonna have a captain and then they select their players. I don't know how that's gonna go.
Is it like the Olympics? Like when they do the first, second, third place, like how they play each other?
No, I don't know. I don't know. They're gonna choose. It's gonna be 4 teams. The first to 40 wins, and it's gonna be a tournament bracket style. So. I think it's
already dumb. I already hate it.
Look, yeah, I don't like it personally. I know a lot of people with platforms say they think it's cool, it's innovative, it's cool.
They're paid to say that.
Yeah. I say keep it to where it was, bro. Just go East versus West, you know. And they talking about, oh yeah, these players are gonna get like $40,000 or $100,000.
What more money do they need? Yeah. Oh my God, that shouldn't even be an incentive.
Because nobody cares about being the greatest no more.
Oh my God,
nobody cares. They let this one guy come in and say, "Oh, I'm the greatest because I beat the 73-9 team." Like he did it by himself. Right. But that right there made me the greatest of all time. Okay, and y'all go with that.
Okay,
y'all go with that. He said it, so I'm not gonna guard him tough. Oh my God,
I actually want to go play with him so I can get another ring with him.
Man, like y'all, it's just a bunch of cornballs in the league now. Like dudes used to back in the day, dudes used to hoop for their life.
Yeah,
because they were look at Penny Hardaway.
Yeah,
look at Penny Hardaway's story. Penny Hardaway was shot in his foot when he was in college. He probably because he was robbed. And then when they got done robbing him and he was trying to run off, they started shooting and he's running. And he ended up getting shot in the foot. 6'7" guard. Ended up being a great guard, but injuries took him out. But at the same time, he was hooping to get out of there.
Yeah.
He was hooping to get away from that neighborhood, bro. LeBron grew up in the projects in Akron, Ohio. So he had motivation to get him and his family out of there. Although he was already rich before he even played an NBA game.
When it wasn't legal to him.
Nike gave him $90 million as a senior in high school. Well, once he, say he was going to the league after he got an agent, of course you can take stuff after that. But most of these cats, they come up in these horrible environments and it gives them motivation to get their family out of there. Mm-hmm. Now you don't have that so much, man. Not that you need to be from the hood to be able to hoop or play football or do something.
But it's the hunger.
It's the hunger. There's no hunger. And then once you're out of there, they start sleeping on them silk sheets. Nobody's hungry no more. Mm-hmm. I'm getting this check. Getting this bag.
Dan Campbell said, we forgot about the moldy bread.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Y'all forgot about the moldy bread.
Yeah, bro. So it's that, and then it's just the competition. That's why the NBA product is bad. Because there's no real competition. Like you gonna have certain games that's good. Like if the Phoenix Suns play the Minnesota Timberwolves, you're gonna have that competition because KD is like, hold on, I'm unstoppable still. And then you got Anthony Edwards that's running his mouth like, well, I'm the best. Mm-hmm. So they gonna go back and forth, which is cool.
Yeah.
And they have a healthy banter with each other. Like Anthony Edwards said KD is his favorite player. So of course he gonna have that banter with him. But on a regular night basis, you don't have that competition level. There's nobody like I'm the best.
Yeah. Like
showing it with their game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's different, bro. This league,
not there anymore.
It's not there anymore. And it's like it's suffering, and it's a combination of the style of play, money, everybody sleeping on silk sheets, and then nobody really wants to be great. Nobody wants to be the greatest.
They say they do, but they don't show or give the effort to be the greatest.
Nobody want to be the greatest of all times. Dudes are content with, I got 2 rings, I'm good. I got, this, I'm good.
I'm the leader in this stat.
I'm the leader
good.
of this stat, I'm good. They don't try to, like, that's what I miss Kobe so much, man. Yeah. Because I was such a huge MJ fan, and Kobe modeled his game after MJ from everything, right? How he walked, how he approached the game, how hard he worked, all that, his mentality, all that came from MJ. He even said it himself. He was like, I don't get 5 rings without this guy. Mm-hmm. He gave me so much. So it's like, he was the last one with that style, dog, and I missed that. And I thought Anthony Edwards was going to be that guy to take it up, but his mouth is getting a little bit too big for his production, what he doing.
Yeah.
Like, you okay, it's good to talk about it. All right, now shut up and show.
Right.
Don't just keep talking about it and keep talking about it. You can
actually show us.
Yeah. Show us, man. Yeah. You know, you can't be going 7 for 22 and like, I'm the greatest. I'm better than Steph Curry, and Steph just beat you on your flow.
Exactly.
And you better than him. Okay, all right. You know what I'm saying?
Shrug emoji.
Shrug. So, but that wraps up the NBA and the NBA talk. Y'all comment down below. Let us know what y'all think about the new All-Star game format, the style of it. I don't even know how they're going to do that. We'll have more details as we get closer to February. Y'all know the All-Star game is the second weekend in February. So we'll have more details as we get closer, and we'll talk about it because the NBA season is just really beginning. It's really getting started. So we'll be talking about it next week more in detail. So let's move on to the NFL. Now, this is the joy.
This is my bread and butter now.
This is the joy. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and go through the scores. So we'll start with Thursday night. Thursday night, right? So Thursday night, the Chargers played the Broncos. The Chargers won 34-27. Mm-hmm. So the Saturday games, it was 2 Saturday games, the Chiefs and Texans and the Ravens and Steelers. So the Chiefs beat the Texans 27-19. So a horrible thing happened that game, man.
That one's giving me chills already thinking about it.
So first of all, Baby Goat was 28 for 41. He didn't have a great game, right? And y'all know I call Patrick Mahomes Baby Goat. That's my baby goat, man. That dude is a monster. So he was 28 for 41, 260 in the touchdown, and he ran the ball 5 times, 33 yards in the touchdown. So he threw for 1, ran for 1. Mm-hmm. So against the Texans defense, who was really solid, and they were out in the cold in Kansas City. It gets cold out there. So good game for him.
Game.
Solid game. And they got the win. 14-1, bro.
It was a good game. So
14-1. You can't, you got these conspiracy theorists saying, oh, the league want Kansas City to win. And, bro, you can't. The only way, like I was having this discussion with Buck yesterday or the day before. Yeah, yesterday, Saturday. Buck asked me, what do I think when people say that, the refs want so-and-so to win or so-and-so to win? And I'm like, man, it's impossible. The only way it's possible if you go in that other locker room and say, hey, let them win. And them 52 dudes on that roster is not just about to let another team just beat them just because you want me to let. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you would have to have everybody bought in to let them win. Like, you can't, a referee.
Let them win.
Right. A referee can't make a pass, right?
Yeah.
He can't make a nice pass. A referee can't make a 3-pointer. A referee, I just don't agree with the whole,
there's bad
they
calls,
want them to,
there's no
you
calls,
gonna make bad calls or not make a call, right? You gonna have that, but that's not the determining factor of a game.
No, I don't
even
think
if it came down to like a tie game and it was a pass interference and the ref didn't call it, there's things along the way before that won or lost you the game.
Right.
It's not just that one play, right? So it's never just that. But at the same time, man, the Texans, man, let's go to the Texans box score. C.J. Stroud played really well. He was 23 for 39, 244. He had 2 touchdowns, but he did have 2 picks. Yeah. I like C.J., man. C.J. is a good kid, man. I like him.
Second year?
Okay. Sophomore year, right. Out of Ohio State. I'm not too proud of that, but whatever. Oh. But at the end of the day, man, CJ threw a dot to Tank Dell.
Oh.
And his own man hit him low. They were both falling. It was inadvertent.
It was just
and you can see dude's bone, bro. That was That was nasty.
That was, and he, poor guy, he was just
Tank
laying
Dell,
there.
yeah.
And he was just like,
he was pointing at it.
Yeah,
like,
he's like, oh.
And Lily was like, "Is that his bone?"
Yeah.
I'm like,
I was like, that's either his bone or that's his knee pad or some kind of pad.
After
or
they
something.
showed the replay,
I was like,
it was
oh,
like,
no,
yep, that's his bone. You can definitely see the shift.
Yes.
Like the bone wasn't sticking out like white. You can see it
from his
but
leggings.
You can see through his tights that his leg was like off.
Yes.
Like it wasn't right. Like it was like
horrible. I really did feel bad gruesome. For Tank Dell.
Yeah,
it was horrible.
And he's been dealing with injuries. I got Tank Dell on my fantasy league, so I had to bench him a couple of weeks because he's been out. He's been hurt. And this was like either his first or second game back. And he was getting hurt. Like he was in and out the game. I think he had like a hamstring or something had happened with him during the game where they had to sit him out, and then he came back in, and that's when that happened. He's done for the year.
Had said
CJ was
best
emotional.
Friend and you know, and he's like, look, it was hard for me to get my head back into the game, which I mean, that's understandable. I get that. See, your
best friend, that happened to your best friend.
Yeah,
and it's because you threw it.
And the player that actually hit him, his own teammate, I know he felt some type of way, and you know,
that was tough to watch. So
that.
I know it was tough, man. So hey, man. Prayers to Tank Dell and his family, man. That was sad.
Speedy recovery.
Yeah, speedy recovery, man. Well wishes to you and yours, man. But, you know, the Chiefs, they beat the Texans 27-19. Let me go back to the scores. And then you had the Steelers and Ravens. That was a good game,
That was
man.
a good one.
And it was a good game. The score kind of misleads you. It was 34-17. The Ravens won at home. The Steelers are a tough team, bro. Mm-hmm. They're a tough team. Just Russell Wilson made some really bad plays.
Yeah.
Down the stretch, he made some misreads that just wasn't in his favor.
Yeah, it was just
he threw a pick. He threw a pick towards the end of the game that was not cool. And they returned it. I think it was Marlon Humphreys pick sixed it. Yeah. He picked six. That was game. After he did that was game. Yeah. So they was down 10. It was 27-17. And they were driving, you know, and Russell Wilson, he was looking good throughout the game. He was 22 for 33, 217, 2 touchdowns, and he threw that pick six. Yeah. So he had one pick. So that was, you know, and he rushed 3 times for 27 yards. So it was a tough game, a tough loss. I like what the Steelers doing because no one picked them to be at the top of their division. Mm-hmm. And they up there. They're at the top of their division. Right now, I think they're tied with the Ravens for the top spot in their division. And now it's about to get tight because these same 4 teams that played the Texans, Chiefs, Steelers, Ravens,
they
play again Wednesday, which is Christmas, but they swap.
You're right.
So
the remix.
Yeah, the remix. Yeah. They remixing them. So you got
it's different. It's new. It's, you know.
I like what the NFL doing. In the NFL, they see Roger Goodell you know, because how dare anybody play on Christmas?
Right.
What was Christmas reserved
Thanksgiving is football. Christmas is basketball.
Was NBA. But the NBA is in such. And then Wednesday. Who plays football on a Wednesday?
Right.
So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Roger Goodell see that basketball is in a horrible space, and football ratings are through the roof. Football is like
thank you,
number
Lions.
1 now. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody in unison say thank you, Lions.
Right. So Roger Goodell did this smart thing, and his marketing team and whoever behind it, they say, hey, let's play on Christmas on Netflix.
I mean, when you brought up the stats last week about over the last 4 years, the NBA ratings. You know good and well that the NFL was looking at those ratings too and saw an opportunity. Somebody in the team, you know, saw an opportunity and put it up to the higher ups and said, hey, look, let's do something about this. And they took advantage. And look, they have Beyonce. They got Beyonce doing the halftime. They got it on Netflix, which I still think it might not be as good as they thought it was going to be. We'll see. But they have the opportunity there. They have that opportunity. And if they snatch the Christmas Day game right from the NBA's noses, from under their noses, it's a wrap.
Ooh, excuse me. NBA, man, they, you know, we spent enough time talking about the NBA, so I don't want to backtrack. But, you know, NFL is, hey, man, kudos to y'all, man. Yeah. I mean, NFL is a better product, man. The games are more exciting. It's parity in the league. You got a bunch of, you got Buffalo's 12-3. You got Kansas City 14-1, Philly 12-3, Detroit 13-2. Minnesota 13-2. So you got a lot of parity in the league. There's no clear cut, just super
these
dog,
are the favorite.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of parity. But anyway, let's get back to the scores. But that's deep though. They taking that over. But Lamar had a crazy game. So Lamar Jackson, man, he did throw a pick, and I know he was ticked off about that pick. He sure was.
And they were talking about it. He went a while without throwing a pick, right? Yeah,
that's only his fourth one total throughout the year. So
they were talking about how he hasn't.
It's been 11 games or something like that. Yeah. So he was 15 for 23, 207, 3 touchdowns and 1 pick. Derrick Henry, though, bro.
That man is a monster.
He did not have a touchdown, but he rushed the ball 24 times for 162 yards. He's a freight train, bro. Right. So shout out to Baltimore, man. Pittsburgh is still the division leader. Mm-hmm. They both have a 3-2 division record. So I think they have they may have a tiebreaker, but Pittsburgh will play the Chiefs and the Texans and Ravens play. So on Christmas Day. So that's gonna be pretty good, man. That's gonna be pretty good. So then we go down as we continue on. The Rams and Jets. Rams beat the Jets 19-9. Aaron Rodgers, sit down somewhere, bro. Just go, man. Looking bad out there. Right. Then the Commanders and Eagles.
Ooh, that was. Look, Jay Daniels is becoming. Yeah, I know he's one of your favorite players. He
always
right now.
been, man. LSU.
And yes, he's definitely becoming one of my favorite players to watch.
Man. Jaden Daniels is a monster, man. On 4th and 11, that dude scrambled for 29 yards. I look at him go, bro. He's bad, bro.
Yep. Just zigzagging his little way over
that
there.
Dude bad, bro. Yeah. He can ball, man. Mm-hmm. And then you got a game-winning drive too.
Yes.
I think it went 5 plays, maybe 60 yards, and he threw a touchdown. So he just balling, man.
Great game.
To give him his flowers, he went 24 for 39, 258, 5 touchdowns. He did have 2 picks though. Mm-hmm. And the 2 picks were early.
One of them really wasn't his fault.
Yeah, the one wasn't his fault. Yeah. One his fault. But he did throw 2 picks. So they balling, man. I like what Washington, I like what the Commanders are doing. Again,
it's a team to watch.
Yeah, sure. It's a great team to watch. And I think that clinched them a playoff spot. I think. Let me look at this. Did they? No, they still
in the running.
They still in the running. Dallas is mathematically eliminated. So this is the NFC East, which is the Eagles 12-3. They lead that division. Then Washington is 10-5. Dallas is 6-8, but they're mathematically eliminated. And then the Giants is 2-13. They have the worst record in the league. So they're mathematically eliminated. So, Washington still has a chance. They're in that wild card. So you still got, for the NFC, the wild card, you got Washington, Green Bay, Atlanta, and Seattle. Well, between between Seattle and the Rams, because they both are not, they haven't clinched yet. Mm-hmm. And then Tampa Bay and Atlanta hasn't clinched yet due to, wins and losses or whatever. So we'll have to see, man. We'll have to see.
It's getting close, man.
It's getting close. And then and then thoughts and prayers and is with Jalen Hurts.
Oh, yeah.
Jalen Hurts took a head injury.
Concussion.
And yeah, he got ruled out, but he was ready to come back in. You see how these players be, bro?
Yeah.
They be so ready to come in, but they nah, dude had to grab him.
And he's go over there.
Yeah, he's no, go over there. And he's no, I'm good. No, you're not good. He's got a concussion.
Right.
So Jalen Hurts, he had to leave that game a little early, in the first quarter, actually. So shout out to him. Hopefully he has a speedy recovery. Mm-hmm. The Falcons beat the Jets 34-7. The Panthers beat the Cardinals in overtime.
You said Falcons beat the Jets?
Yeah, Giants, excuse me. Falcons beat the Giants 34-7. The Panthers beat the Cardinals 36-30, and that eliminates the Cardinals from playoff positioning. Mm-hmm. That loss, they should have beat the Panthers. Kyler Murray kind of, You know,
he dropped the ball on that one.
He dropped the ball in overtime, man, and took a sack where he shouldn't have took a sack, and that kind of led to it. And then Chuba Hubbard just sealed the game, handed off, boom, sealed the game. In there. It was in a position next score win. So then you got the Browns and the Bengals. The Bengals keep their playoff hopes alive by beating the Browns 24-6. The Colts keep their playoff hopes alive by beating the Titans 38-30. The Lions beat the Bears. And I didn't like how we beat the Bears.
Look, I'll take it.
I mean, it was okay. So let's look at some stats. So
it did get a little annoying towards
yeah. It did get annoying. And that's what I'm saying. But Garth played a great game. He played a clean game. He was 23 for 32. He only missed 9 passes. And he was 336, 3 touchdowns. So very efficient.
Over 300 yards.
300 yards, very efficient. Jahmyr Gibbs, 23 carries, 109, and a touchdown. J-Mo, 5 catches, 143 and a touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 6 catches, 70 yards and a touchdown. And then Sam Laporta, 4 catches, 43 yards for a touchdown.
You get a touchdown. You get a touchdown.
Right. Y'all 3 get touchdowns, right?
Everybody gets a touchdown.
I mean, I just didn't like how they didn't shut them down, right? I just thought it should have went better as like, shut them down, close it off. That's it. But Caleb had a good game, bro. Yeah. To give him his flowers, he was 26 for 40, 334, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers. And he did have that fumble. It was attributed to him, that fumble with Rome Odunze. And then Keenan Allen, who was on my fantasy team, he hit 9 balls. He caught 9 balls, 141 and a touchdown. Odunze 4 for 77. DJ Moore 7 for 68, and then Kmet, there's tight end, 2 catches, 9 yards, and a score.
At one point, I was like, "Can somebody stop Keenan Allen,
yeah.
please?"
Keenan Allen is a beast, bro. He's a beast.
That's where I was getting doing that
all year, bro.
Right. That's kind of where I was getting a little annoyed because there was moments. I mean, I get it. Our defense is depleted right now.
Yeah, and then the defense was we got the type of defense we bend but we don't break, right? We'll bend but we won't break. Yeah. But
just got to tighten up a little bit.
They held it down.
It was a win. It was a good win for us to get our spirits back up. It was good for us to bounce back. Yep. We see the 49ers next week.
Yeah, we're going out west next week.
And then we got to win these next 2 because we got the 49ers and then we end with the Vikings.
For the Vikings, I really wanted, and that's the thing, man. Shout out to Minnesota, bro. We got to let me get through the rest of these scores. So speaking of the Vikings, they beat the Seahawks 27-24, which Geno threw a pick at the end of the game. Yeah. But that face mask call.
That did
they
it
got
right
a
there.
sack on Sam Darnold, and Sam Darnold, it would have been 4th down. They would have had to punt.
And it was how much time left? What, 2 minutes?
3 minutes. It was like 3 minutes or so left. So a lot of time left. It was still time left. And they were winning. They were up. It was 24-17. It was 24-17. The Seahawks were up. And he got that face mask. That face mask changed everything. And after that, he threw a touchdown to the best receiver in the game, Justin Jefferson. In my opinion, him and Jamar Chase is kind of like one way. Statistically, Jamar Chase is the best this year. But as my favorite, I like Justin Jefferson.
I like to watch Justin Jefferson. He's
Jamar is a beast though. But anyway,
Speaking of Jamar, they kept calling Jahmyr Gibbs Jamar.
Yeah, Jamar, yeah.
Y'all need to get it together. Announcers, okay? Commentators.
Right. I think that was Jonathan Vilma who was the commentator for them. But anyway, so the Vikings beat them, beat the Seahawks 27-24. The Bills squeaked by the Patriots 24-21.
I'm looking at it because it was on when we started, and so they ended up winning by 3.
24-21. The Raiders beat the Jaguars 19-14. The Dolphins beat the Niners 29-17, which mathematically eliminates the Niners from playoff contention. So we go out to San Francisco next week. So we're going to so the thing with that, shout out to the Vikings. They're definitely
doing what they're supposed to be
They're
doing.
annoying the crap out of me, right? It's like y'all needed to lose 1 or 2 games so we can lock down this number 1 seed, but they would not let us go. They stuck right there neck and neck with us. So they're 13-2, we're 13-2. So it's going to come down to week 18.
Yeah.
I was hoping week 18 we kind of rest our players, kind of go into the playoffs fresh.
Nope.
We can't. We got to win next week, and we got to win week 18.
Yes.
And week 18, so next week, the Lions, Detroit, we fly out to San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to Santa Clara, playing the Niners, and then we finish the season here against Minnesota.
And then we can go on break if we
get
win
that number 1 seed. We got a bye week. We can sit back, heal up, get ready for the playoffs, and every game will be in Detroit.
Yes.
Hey, I'm telling y'all, you heard it here first. You can play this back. If the Lions lock down that number 1 seed and every game has to come through Detroit, we win in the Super Bowl. Because we'll win the games here. The 2 games that's here, we'll win. And then that once we end the Super Bowl, we're going to be so charged, you can't stop us. No. It's over with. I don't care if we play the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Bills, whoever it is on the AFC side. If y'all see the Lions in the Super Bowl, that's raps, bro. That's raps.
It's that Vince Carter.
The Vince Carter.
It's over.
You feel me? So that's your NFL scores for this week. All right. Now, so before we close out, just kind of miscellaneous topics.
Yeah, so you had a pretty eventful week, if you want to talk about it.
Sure did. Of course, man. I couldn't wait to tell you guys about this week. This week, as you guys know, if you watched episode 4, I let you guys know that, what was that, the 17th or the 18th?
Whatever day that was.
Tuesday. Tuesday was the showing of the While You Were Sleeping short film, which is an A Ma Maniere film, the Whitaker Group. Shout out to the Turner Brothers, Dreadhead Films. They did the directing of that, and Mark and James were the executive producers. You had J Tips, Nina Chanel Abney was there, So anyway, I went to Harlem, and hey, it was tight, bro. Look, don't get it twisted. Like, I don't have bread like that, bro, where I should just be jumping on planes and going. No. My beautiful bride told me, hey, you have to go. You got to go. Like, she knew about the showings before I did, right?
Oh, I was I'm on my homework. Look, one thing about me, I'm going to find stuff out, and then I'm going to present it. Look, this is what it is.
The reason why she knew, and everybody know how I'm in tune with the Whitaker Group, with A Ma Maniere, Social Status. Everybody know, my ties and connections, right? But I was at work. I was working, and normally, the Discord, the Whitaker Group Discord or Instagram, or I may receive a text here and there, the news get broken around 10, 11 o'clock during the day. So at this time, I'm working. I'm busting my butt. I'm working. She called me like, did you see? You got to go to Atlanta. You got to go to Atlanta. She was thinking Atlanta.
I was thinking Atlanta at first.
You got to go to Atlanta. You got to go to the film and, to the, and I'm like, hold on, wait, what? I'm like, man, we just paid rent. We don't got no money. Like, you going, we'll make a way. You going, you're going. And like, I was the one having second. I'm like, babe, you think I should go? She's like, no, go. Yeah. You're going. So I went ahead, with the aid of my beautiful bride. Make sure y'all get y'all support system who supports your dream, bro, who powers you, who put into you, man, because this moment was so special to me that it wouldn't have happened without her. Because she believes in me and she believes in what we're doing. She believes in our brand, and and then, she also believes in James. She believes in Mark. She believes in the Whitaker Group, And I know I'm speaking for you as if you ain't here, but, these things just like, and I know we're running a little long with this episode because I really wanted to create a time to kind of, express this, right? So, and this is the perfect place to do so. I didn't want to create just a YouTube video for that. So this is it. This is the place to do it. So, I went ahead and just booked everything, man. I stayed at I reached out to people who I knew that lives in Harlem, who knows Harlem. I'd never been to Harlem. This is my first time to Harlem. We've been to Manhattan, which I learned Harlem is in Manhattan. It's just like us. I didn't know that. Yeah,
see?
I learned that. So, So anyway, I had reached out to Aria Hughes, who did the interview with James. We talked about her, works for Complex. And I reached out to her. I think she lives in Harlem. And I asked her, I said, hey, where's some good places to stay that's not too cheap? I mean, that's not too expensive, but that's decent. You know, I don't know Harlem. I don't know.
You don't want to be staying in a hole in the wall either.
Yeah. I didn't want to stay in a hole in the wall like I'm Coming to America. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to do that. So I'm like, man, you know, and she reached out. She was like, yeah, you know, she gave me the Renaissance. She was like, she said some other hotel, but then she said the Renaissance of Harlem is right next to the Apollo. She was like, it's new and it's nice. So I was like, all right, I looked it up. Prices weren't cheap, but they weren't like crazy expensive, right? But it wasn't cheap. It wasn't. I ain't gonna tell y'all what I paid, but it wasn't cheap. But it was a nice space, right? I got the I paid an extra $10 to have the city view.
City view, yeah.
I paid an extra $10 to have a city view, so I was up high. I was on the 18th floor. And then I had a king. It was just a single king size, but it was a small room. It was a small room, but it was just for overnight. For day, you know, yeah. I slept there overnight. I slept in the bed. The bed was comfortable. So it was the Renaissance Hotel in Harlem. It's literally 100 feet from the Apollo Theater. Like it's connected inside. Like you can get to the Apollo from in there. So, It was super dope. The room was dope. So shout out to Aria. Thank you for referring. I sent her a message too. Like, thanks, sis. This was great. It was a great experience. So at the end of the day though, ended up lining up. Everything went well, man. So I met up with we call him Coach Mike, my boy Mike. He's from Brooklyn. He lives in Brooklyn, and he's future forward in New York. He's the lead in New York as I'm the lead in Detroit. And I met up with him, and him and Mark, we sat down, we had lunch. We talked about a lot of things, some good productive talk. And then Mark had to break off and do some things, of course, because he's always doing something.
Right.
He had to break off and do something. And then me and Mike, we sat there for about 3 hours just talking, bro. And really just getting to know each other, like knowing each other's backgrounds. And we have so many things similar. He loves basketball. He's coaching high school basketball. As you guys know, I coach high school basketball. So, you know, we was talking about that. We was talking about the impact that we have on, you know, the community and things that we can do. He was giving me ideas and just really pouring into me. And I'm just like, man, and Mike do everything. Like this dude do everything. Dude was in music, poetry, like video gaming, like, I mean, everything, man. It was just like, I'm just sitting there like, what? Like, man. So, and me and Mike, we were around the same age. I think he's mid 40s too. So, man, it was just a good experience. So that was cool. And then, so the Future for Harlem, they did the registration for the attendees for the premiere. So it was 3 showings. It was a 7:00 showing, which was the money showing, which was the one that James was at. J Tips was there. Nina Chanel Abney was there. Like all the people that was in the movie was there. Like that was the cast, the friends and family. That was that showing, right? Yeah. And that was dope, man. That was dope. So the 7:00 one, since, you know, I'm connected in with Future Forward and everybody like that, I was able to be like in the lobby. And that's when I got to spend the most time with James. And I kicked it with him earlier, like up in the restaurant, we was kicking it. But then we really got to chill, laugh, kick it, just be dudes in the lobby before the movie. And, you know, what was really dope, and if James, you ever watched this, bro, which was really dope, is when James was like introducing me to people. Like, yeah, this Darnell, he's a dope content creator from Detroit. And it was like, dog, that meant the world to me, bro. I'm all playing it cool. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you.
But inside
I'm like, man, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, won't he do it?
Right.
Won't he do it? Look at God. Like, that's how I was feeling inside. But, you know, so shout out to James, bro. James is, man, he just a real dude, man. I love that guy, man. But, so before the premiere, I got to kick it with him. We laughed, chilling, joking, whatever. Just, you know, being dudes. And then I had to go change because my showing wasn't until 8. So they had their showing. I go upstairs, I change. And then after I come back down after they showing was over with. Everybody's coming out, and we're all in the same space. So that's where I got to meet Nina Chanel Abney. Mm-hmm. And man,
take a picture. It didn't happen.
Again, Nina, if you watch this, it was such a delight to meet you. And I've been a fan of your collabs since the Jordan 2. The Jordan 2, and then, of course, the Jordan 3. I still want those. 10.5, 12 in women's, if y'all can find it. But I kicked it with her for a minute. She was so cool, bro. She was just so, like, chill. Mm-hmm. I think I surprised her. Because y'all know how I am. I don't care. I go up to whoever. If I see MJ, I'm going to be like, what up, MJ? I'm probably going to cry, but I'm like, what up, MJ? I don't care. I don't have any fear, right? Yeah. So I'm standing there and I'm looking, I'm like, it's that. And I'm like, that is her. She's shorter than I expected. I didn't expect her to be that short. But I'm like, that is her. So as she had to walk right past me because I'm standing in the doorway. And I was like, hey, sis, how you doing? Just real nice and somber. Like, how you doing, sis? And I shook her hand and I made sure I held her hand. And I was like, I'm such a big fan of your work, man, And I was like, man, James is the homie, I'm glad I got this opportunity to meet you, and your work is well respected in Detroit. Mm-hmm. I like in the belt, right. It's a big portrait, outside portrait of her, and then she was like, yeah, and she was like, yeah, and I was like, yeah, social status too. She was like, yeah, yep, that's coming up, and she started smiling and stuff. Right. So that was cool, and I'm by myself, y'all. I did not ask for a picture. So, Nina, when I see you again, we getting a picture because you one of the few that I don't have pictures with. I got pictures with Jay Tips. So when I seen Jay Tips, it was like, what up, dog? Because he didn't expect to see me. So he's like, what up, dog? So we kicked it for a minute, laughing, joking, whatever. So that was cool. So, and I got plenty of pictures with James and Mark. So I didn't want to be like, every time I see them, come on, James, let's take another picture. Like, nah, bro. I didn't want to be that guy, but I regret I didn't ask Nina for a picture, bro.
It's okay. You'll see her again. I should have
asked her for a picture. But when I see her again, I'm definitely going to ask for a picture. So that was dope. That was one of the high points of the night. And then when the short film itself, if you guys see it, is very, very dope.
Don't spoil it.
Yeah. It definitely will motivate you as a creative. Right? It should. Yeah. If your motive's in the right space and your heart is in the right space, then it'll definitely pull on some heartstrings like, yes, come on, man, I can do this, you know? So it's dope, man. It's really, really dope. The Turner brothers, I got to meet them. You know what I'm saying? That was dope. Got a picture with them.
Right.
I did get a picture with the Turner brothers. So, you know what I'm saying? That was dope. They're from Columbus, Ohio. They Ohio State fans.
See, that's where I draw the line right there.
No, but it was really dope to meet them, man. I really, really enjoyed them, and I told them the impact they left because they've done so much work in connection with James Visions, with the playground. I think the free lunch, and they did so much with them. So and just following them along the way,
it's a big deal.
Big deal. They're dope. Sure. They're super dope. So it was a great experience. It definitely was a high point. The hotel, everybody at the Renaissance Harlem, such a dope spot. If y'all ever in Harlem, go stay there. It's really dope.
It's worth it.
It is worth it. And then right there in Harlem, I had a chopped cheese, y'all. I ain't never had no chopped cheese. So I took in the real New York experience, bro. Like they had so I was hungry. My flight got there like 9:00 in the morning, right?
Yeah.
So when I got there at 9 a.m., I took the bus from LaGuardia to the hotel. The bus dropped you off right in front of the Apollo Theater. It's like right there. So, and then the hotel is right next to it. So I'm like, all right, I get there. My flight land about 9. I get to the hotel probably about 10:30 I called you or something like that?
Yeah. No, because I wasn't at work yet.
When I got there?
I was still here at home when
I got to the hotel.
Oh, when you got to the hotel.
It was probably like 10, a little bit after 10.
It was 9:40 because I got to work at 9:40 and I called you and I had asked you if you were there yet and you said yes.
I was at the hotel?
Yeah, you were at the hotel.
Okay.
So yeah, I wasn't at work yet.
So 9:40, my check-in time wasn't until 11, right? So I asked them, I'm like, can I check in early? They was like, well, we got to make sure, your room is ready, blah, blah, blah. But they was like, you can check your bag. I just had a backpack. It's like, you can check your bag in. Boom, check my bag in. And I'm like, man, I'm just about to aimlessly walk around Harlem. So it's like 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm just walking around, and I'm walking. I'm like, man, what am I going to do? So I stop at McDonald's. There's a McDonald's there. I used my points and got like a frappe. I got a frappe, but they had these cardboard straws, bro. Ugh. And they had that in Jersey. Remember when we went to Jersey? They had them cardboard straws. So
they have them in California.
Yeah, and then the little ice chunks kept getting caught in it. So it just ruined my experience with my frappe. I just threw it out. I'm like, I drank like half of it. I'm like, whatever. So I'm walking. Shouldn't
be eating McDonald's anyway.
I know, right? So I didn't eat the food. I just had a frappe. It was in the morning. So by this time it's like 11 o'clock, right? Mm-hmm. So they still ain't calling me for my room. So my room still was not ready. So I'm walking, I go into Champs, I look in Champs, and that's where I seen the Legend Blues, I seen the Black Cement 3s, I seen every retro that just recently has been released, basically. And I'm like, man, they have some different Air Force Ones that I haven't seen here. So I'm like, although I haven't been giving y'all a mall vlog, which I'm going to do this week. So anyway, I walked through a couple stores, Snipes was there, Jimmy Jazz was right next to the hotel, whatever. And then I go down the street a little bit more. It's on 125th, and I can't think of the name of the street. But I see a sign, and it say chopped cheese. Like, real big, dog. I'm like, I gotta have a chopped cheese, bro. So
with the bev.
Well, you know what I'm saying? With the bev. So I go over there, I order it's called a Texas. So I'm so lost, they have different chopped cheeses, right? Okay. It's like a whole list of them. So the one I got was a Texas one, which probably was the most unhealthy, greasiest one. And it had the chopped cheese meat, it had bacon, it had like tomatoes, it was good. It was good. So anyway, going there and order chopped cheese, and it was like, this, man, New Yorkers, y'all a different breed, bro. Like, this one dude came in there just wilding. Remember I told you, just wild. He came in there, he was like loud in the mud. I'm just sitting there, I'm listening to Kendrick. I got my headphones in, I'm waiting on my order. I order my food, and I'm just kind of just standing back, listening to Kendrick, just bobbing my head. This dude, old black dude, coming there. I just got robbed, y'all. Call 911. Everybody just kind of looked and just kept about their way. I'm thinking like, did he? I don't know. Did he? Because he do look like rough. Like, did he just get? And he like, man, they stole my phone. I had to strip naked. That's the only way I got out of there, man. I'm like, what? So I'm just standing there. I'm like, I'm giving that awkward look, and I'm kind of looking out the side because there's a lot of people in the store. So the bodega, there's a lot of people. Nobody paying him no attention. Ain't nobody move. Even the dude that's working there, he's like, "What you got, man? What you want? What you want, man?" I'm like, man, y'all wild out here in New York, bro. Like, that joint was crazy. So I grab my chopped cheese. I come back to the hotel.
Oh my God, I'm crying.
And I eat it. I eat like half of it, and I see Mark just sitting in the lobby area because I'm still waiting on my room, but he's in a conference call, online. And, I let him know, hey, what up? We dapped each other up real quick, but he was like, I'm in a meeting real quick, whatever. So then my room was ready about 12. And I check in the room, and that's right when I'm checking in the room, Mark was done. He was like, nah, I can formally greet you. What up, man? So then we kicked in. He was like, come back down around 2:30. We're going to have lunch. And, so... And it was one of the most delicious chicken salads I ever had in my life. The Renaissance is dope, bro. That's a dope spot, man. They gave you a lot, man. It was dope. So, but a great experience, man. Shout out to everybody who did have the experience because they had showings in Houston. I seen my dog, Joe. Joe got some footage of Houston. Dwayne and Gabe got some footage in Atlanta. Mo got some footage in DC. So, and then today in Columbus, Ike was in Columbus. He went to Columbus, which is where the Turner brothers are from. Right. So that's their homecoming.
And Columbus was added like a little bit later.
Yeah. That's what I told, I think it was Justin. It's Justin and Julian are the brothers. So I think it was Justin I was talking to. I was like, I see y'all just added, Columbus. And he was like, yeah. So that was cool, man. It was a really, really good experience. Again, thank you so much. And I've told them this personally. Thank you so much to James and Mark for allowing me to share in their moment. It was about them, man. They allowed me to tag along and to experience that, man. So that was dope. That meant a lot to me. And,
that was it. That was the trip.
It was amazing, man. It was definitely a high point. And that was it, man.
And make sure you guys go check out his Instagram because he has reels and photos.
Yeah, I got a couple reels.
There, so
yeah,
make sure you guys tap in.
Nothing major because I didn't want to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to have the phone and people faces like take a picture with me and hey, I got some footage. I just you
lived in the moment.
It wasn't my moment, right? And I didn't want to ruin it.
And you lived in the moment.
That's
from
right.
Your perspective.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. So, although I did at the end of the night, I did have some Dave's Hot Chicken, which is good. They have a Dave's Hot Chicken here, but I just didn't feel like walking, bro. I was tired. I was like, adrenaline was zapped out to zero. And that's when I FaceTimed you and I was with Mark. We were standing out on 125th Street, just kind of kicking it. After everything, the smoke is cleared. It was like, man.
Mark looked so exhausted.
He was, bro. He was.
I was just like,
he was like,
all right.
So I'm telling him, I'm like, man, so I'm all excited about the movie. This is before the premiere, right? Yeah. I'm telling him like this, and that. He was like, man, look, I done seen it like 700 times. So what I'm looking for is just how the reaction I get from the people. That's it. You know how cool Mark is. Right? Like, that's it. That's it. And he was like, man, I'm about to go to sleep. And that's it.
When I was on the phone with you, I'm in the bed and my hair's wet from the shower. I'm double chin down.
Look who I'm with.
I'm all double chin watching, on FaceTime. You're like, look who I'm with. And I'm just like, oh, hi. No, but I'm glad you had a great time. I'm glad that you ended up going, and I'm glad for the experience.
And then how you going? So then she gonna send James a message, bro. Like, come on, man, you can't be doing that. Tell him what you sent James, man.
I said, hey, make sure you don't keep him out too late because he has a flight in the morning. And then, it took him a while to respond. I was just joking, just joshing around. And he just responded, hey, thanks for, what did he say? Thanks for letting us have him. And
I had told James great. Too, I was like, man, he was like, man, thanks for coming out, man. It's dope that you came, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, bro. I was like, I don't know how I did it, man. I was like, man, because I told my wife, like, man, we just paid rent. I don't know how we going to do it. And then she was like, you going. We going to make a way. James was like, man, I love your wife, man. I love your wife. So that was cool, man. That was dope.
No, but I'm glad that you had a great time, and I'm glad you got to experience it. So shout out to everyone who was a part of it.
The Whitaker group, team, y'all showed out, bro.
Y'all showed out.
Y'all showed out, man.
I haven't even seen it yet, and I'm already, so
and
proud.
I ain't told her nothing about it either.
He hasn't told me nothing, so I'm
And then just
very
for you guys, I think it's 25, 30 minutes long. It's a short story, a short film, and it's good. It's really good. So I can't wait till it get to a point where it's accessible for everyone, and maybe it'll show up on A Ma Maniere's YouTube channel. With it being 25, 30 minutes long. Yeah. But it's cool, though. I can definitely see them. I can definitely see this the beginning of something. Right? Yeah, they're going to spin off of this. They're definitely, I definitely see James doing something else. Yeah. I definitely see it's definitely not it. Right. Yeah. So hopefully they'll do something in Detroit and have your boy in it. You know what I'm saying? Gang. So. But anyway, man, we know this episode was a little bit longer than usual. So, and it's longer than her.
It's longer than my liking. I'm her liking. Honest.
I'm the type like, hey, bro, it's a podcast. I know podcasts that be like 3 hours long, bro. So, but at the same time, thank you guys for tapping in with us and staying with us, and I'm just excited, man, for the future. I'm excited for the things that just happened. I'm excited to see the growth in our brand and to see that we're finding ourselves in these spaces that you couldn't tell me 4 years ago that I'll be at. Yeah. Right? You couldn't tell me 4 years ago that my wife would be, I'll be texting James Whitner on the regular or hanging out with Mark Nebeda on the regular. Right. You know what I'm saying? My wife joshing around with James in the DMs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't tell me that, bro, 4 years ago. And it's happening. So, and it's like just the beginning.
Still so much more to go.
So far to go, man.
I even got some stuff up my sleeves.
Why don't you go ahead and let it out? Let it out. No, just a little bit. The idea. Just let it out.
I'm just next year, I'm really going to try to highlight some creatives and some entrepreneurs that I admire. And so keep a lookout for that. I'm also doing a lot of things on the administrative side. You know, I've applied to certain things for marketing. And, you know, for those who don't know, I am a student in marketing. I'm going for my degree in marketing. So I've applied. I'm using that to my advantage, and I've applied to certain things. And, you know, I don't want to put it out there because even though I don't believe in jinx or anything, I like to keep things close to the chest until it's ready. Until it's ready to be announced. So just keep a lookout, you guys. You know, I appreciate you guys tagging along with us. And if you stayed this long, it's almost a 2-hour podcast today. If you guys stayed this long, make sure you guys
I know y'all stayed this long.
Subscribe, follow, you know what I'm saying? Leave some comments, interact with us. Let's get these algorithms going, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, we'll see you next week. And just in preparation for next week, we know that this is a holiday week for you guys. You guys be safe out there. Mm-hmm. You know, people get crazy around this time of year. Make sure you be safe. Take time out to refresh, take time out to take a step back, recharge, man, reboot yourself. You know, we're at the end of a year. Set yourself some goals for next year, because I know we have. Mm-hmm. We definitely have set aside time to set goals for next year, whether it's spiritual goals, whether it's secular goals, whether it's just goals, a body transformation, whatever it may be. Go ahead and set aside that time. Make you a vision board. Sydney told me that today. Mm-hmm. She was like, make a vision board.
When I seen her at Target today,
she was like, make a vision board. So thank you, Sydney. Shout out to Sydney for that. So I'm definitely going to make a vision board, but I got some things that I really want to accomplish in 2025. And that's on the creative front. That's on the spiritual front. And that's just on being the best version of Darnell that I can be, being a better husband, a better father, better friend, better creative, all that. So make sure y'all do that, man. Mm-hmm. And, you know, again, I love you guys so much. Thank y'all for tapping in. We know this is a little bit longer than normal, but we know that y'all listening, and we hope that we entertained you guys and informed you guys. We spent a lot of time on the NBA.
Yeah.
I think a large quantity of this episode dealt with the NBA because of my displeasure with the All-Star front. Mm-hmm. And then the product is not where I want it to be. I'm a huge basketball fan.
You need an event, guys.
Yeah, I'm a huge basketball fan. Me and Buck had a conversation yesterday where we was on, man. We was on, and I was so tired because I had to work a couple hours yesterday. I had to work 4 hours yesterday. So I went to work at 6 a.m. on a Saturday, when normally that's my time where I'm recharging, you know. But, man, I was tired. And when I got home from work, instead of taking a nap, I'm on the phone with Buck. We on the phone. We having some deep conversation, which kind of leads to content, you know. So that's really, really good that we had that exchange and whatnot. But again, thank you guys. Love you guys so much. Always remember to keep making noise until somebody hear you. And they will hear you. Trust me. They hear you. They starting to hear me. So they gonna hear you. You feel me? If they didn't hear me, I wouldn't have went to Harlem. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Harlem wouldn't have never happened if they didn't hear me. So y'all keep making that noise, man. It's funny, Mark Massenberg, he told me today when he was walking out, he was like, keep making that noise. Little inside thing. But if Mark Massenberg, if you ever watch this, I love you so much, my brother. Thank you for the encouragement. Thank you for watching. Mm-hmm. And I love you guys. But again, keep making noise until somebody hear you. And when they hear you, because they will hear you, I guarantee you they will. You stay ready so you never have to get ready. You feel me? So I love you guys so much. Have a great week this week. Be safe out there. Enjoy your time with your family, your friends, your loved ones. Have a great week. We'll see y'all next Monday, 5 p.m. All right? Peace.
Like what you heard? Make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a review, and share with your friends. Stay tuned for more on the UFG Podcast. And remember, keep making noise until somebody hears you.